The first season of the Paramount Plus series Halo, based on the Xbox game franchise, is now available on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K UHD, with every episode from Season 1 and over 5 hours of special features. See Master Chief, Cortana, and other Spartans of Silver Team take on humanity's greatest threat, the Covenant. Get your DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K UHD copy of Halo today from Paramount Home Entertainment.
My name is Demetrius Holt, but you may know me better by the name Hellspawn. Now I'm coming to you today because I'm putting together a networking event in order to financially bolster Black-owned comic book conventions. It's going to be called the Blurred and Powerful event, and it's going to happen at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Now, I've already done all the research. I've already talked to all the conventions. What I need for you all is to just share this message. Talk to your friends. But the point is to get high-dollar investors out of San Diego so that they can see what a comic book convention could look like at its height. So that when these other comic book conventions start to exhibit to them, start to explain to them what they're made of, then they know that they're going to get a return on their investment. So if you have any information on anybody that you may know may be interested, please contact me and we'll have a conversation. And if your friends need to know who I am, just tell them to Google my name or Black E-Man. Thanks.
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I needed the world to stay. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey, everybody. Happy Christmas and Kwanzaa. Merry Festivals for the rest of us. It's your man on the wall, Chris Fury. I am back from a nice extended holiday vacation. How's everybody doing out there? I want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing love where you can, how you can, when you can, everywhere on Facebook, IG, Twitch, and YouTube. And you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. But let's get it going because, as everyone knows, this is the wrap up of 2022. Now, this isn't the last episode of the season, but this is definitely the wrap up, the good, the bad, and the in between. Let's start with the lady of the house, Kira Brown, our child of Mandalore. What's going on?
Hi, how are you? Oh God,
See, I'm gonna start having Kira do all the voice work stuff because it just responds well.
Do not threaten me with a good time, sir.
Oh man, we got our cinematic assassin in the building. Hey. We'll be watching what's going on.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
Yes, what's happening? And we got a special guest, one of the writers of our square circle of the section of the Blurred's Eye View internet, or I should say website. We got Will Buchanan.
Sorry, my bad.
Hey guys, what's going on?
I trust
I agree with your voiceovers.
Yes. Like I have a smooth voice, but it's something about a woman that just brings it home. It just
a little bit of velvety.
Yeah, a little velvety. Yeah.
That's a fact.
A little bit.
Jill Scott effect. That Jill Scott when she starts talking, you just start thinking of everything.
Yeah, Jill Scott gets to talk, and I just shut up and listen. And then just say, I want a bowl of grits and some toast after that.
2 scrambled eggs?
2 scrambled eggs. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I will have some of that right now. I trust everybody's holiday went smoothly. Yeah. Kira, I know you said you were dining with the elderly, so to pray for you.
It went well. It went as well as anybody could have thought. It went even better than I thought. Grandma got a little tipsy. She slept pretty much part of the way back home. So that's all you did. That's all you gotta ask for.
That's a story. That's a story.
That is light work in the King household. Let me let you know. Ooh.
Oh my God. So I'm blessed to say everybody made it in safely and made it home just as safely, despite the whatever that was last week. I don't know what kind of weather.
Bombs.
I don't know what happened to y'all. It was nice and clear all the way from Manhattan all the way out to Long Island. Which is a first in a long time.
Let me tell you, I bought a brand new barbecue grill cover like 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I put it on the grill. My wife was like, I want the grill. I'm like, I'll get it. I just keep forgetting to get it. So I finally got it. And that wind, literally, here in Ohio, reached up to 75 miles an hour in some places.
Nah.
When it finally stopped after like
after 2 or 3 days of that wind just slapping you in the face, if you don't know how to moonwalk in the wind, you will learn.
I could just imagine
Talking
somebody
about
doing
walking,
Michael Jackson's first
walking
song right now.
backwards with the hood up and just like, yeah, not today, Saint, not today.
No.
And when it was finally done and over with, and I was like, me and my wife went to the store somewhere and come back and look at the grill, and I'm like, what the who? The wind tore up the grill cover. Like it's tattered. It's like it's.
Wait, are you talking about the cloth one, or are you talking about the hardcover?
It's like it's not the hardcover. It's like that plastic, almost.
So it's like neoprene.
Yeah, like a neoprene. Talking about it literally said windproof. I'm like, you haven't been to Ohio, have you?
I would take that would have been a picture right back to manufacturer. Like,
challenge accepted and finished.
It didn't say bomb cyclone proof.
Bomb cyclone proof. You have got to be specific with your materials and your man.
That wind disrespected the crap out of that group.
It disrespected the hell out of Ohio. Like, sorry, Buffalo. I know Buffalo got slapped. Don't feel sorry for them. They used to that. Don't feel sorry for them. They all right.
Don't feel sorry.
As a Southerner, I'm not trying to clown on Northern people because as Southern people, we ain't built for this. So
no, we know.
We ain't. I'm telling you this. In Tennessee, a little bit of snow, it might as well be the purge. I'm not gonna lie to you. People can't drive. Number one, people can't drive. Number two, everybody goes to grocery stores. Number three, people can't drive. They look at I have 4-wheel drive. Yeah, but there's ice. And I cannot tell you, this is why I just sat on my patio and just watched all the cars trying to go up the hill and all of them kept on sliding back. And you just see the look of fear on drivers' faces. And I'm just like, oh, I hope you have full coverage.
Yeah, if you're just one of those liability people, stay off the road. Stay off the road.
It's just real. I mean, Mother Nature disrespected the crap out of the South, but yeah, you ain't lying.
Now, don't get me wrong. Cleveland was still Cleveland because I swear to God, there was a guy walking around with a hoodie and shorts on, and I'm like, and it was at Walmart, and I'm like,
well,
of course, at Walmart.
That joke writes itself.
Yeah,
so I'm just like, so that went down, and then obviously the Browns game was this weekend, and I think it was Myles Garrett was actually practicing without a shirt, and I'm like, dude, it's like -2, and the field is by the water, and it's not a covered field. Like we don't have a dome.
Disrespect. I feel like every football player I've seen that was out there shirtless in the various stadiums across the country, I feel like everyone that was shirtless took a L. I feel like you just tried to go out there and be tough and demonstrate mental toughness, etc.
No, that's
they
a lot of
deserve
that
a snowball with ice. I would have been the hating dude that saw a dude with 12-pack abs and everything showing. I would have been sitting there balling up the snowball.
I just would have been
working on my fastball, just aiming for the chest. That's how petty I would have been. Like, oh, so you got it. So you fit. Okay.
See, my thing is, Myles Garrett. I was just Myles Garrett. You are black. We don't do that.
I mean, if you
ain't wrong.
If you I will say this. I went to school in upstate New York. Like 20 minutes from Canada.
That was the church hang.
Yeah. No, like 20 minutes from Canada, upstate New York. When I came back down here and I had my coat off in 50, 40 degree weather, they looked at me crazy. I'm like, no. It's different up there. It's a whole, y'all don't understand what cold is. It is.
Now,
the ancestors weep for us up there.
Here, I will agree with you a little bit because I've been known to walk around in 40, 30 degree weather in shorts, but that's basically because I work out all the time. And I've gotten looks. But to those folks that are walking around when it's 5 degree weather and you in shorts and
you ain't on your meds. You ain't on your meds.
You ain't on your meds. I expect a Canadian accent when you walk around like that.
They gotta up or decrease something because you feel something. Someone should feel something at that temperature.
I'm just seeing I'm seeing I literally thought I seen like an AT-AT walker, a snow trooper walk down the block, a frost giant show up, and one of the White Walkers. I swear to God.
And a tauntaun.
And a tauntaun. That's how I was just like, well, this, this makes sense, but oh God, so apparently, well, we're just gonna get into it. So apparently,
I was like, that was abrupt.
Yeah, that was. I don't. So the Avatar is close to making $1 billion. Now, no shade to James Cameron.
No, shade him. Shade him.
I was gonna say shame, but
I may have to be on the carpet one day to see this guy.
Oh, right, facts. My bad. Sorry. No, he's lovely. I admire him. He's. Sorry.
I can't see the appeal of Avatar.
It's not shade if it's true. It's not shade if it's true. Don't nobody want to see this. I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I'm gonna let y'all go.
So,
go ahead. You jumped out the window already.
I'm
curious. So it's been in theaters for 2 weeks, right? It's already on it's what 955 million.
Right.
Okay, so 955 million. So it's very close. What is the appeal? Don't get me wrong. I love a good CGI. I love a good when the color pops, but somebody help me, because even the first one I've never watched in its entirety. I literally have seen it in parts and not at the same time.
I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm not. You want to meet people.
There's a level of
I'm gonna try to say
that I've been catching.
I'm gonna try to say this as nicely as I can, because I had a person who was an Avatar fan and we went to go see it. It's the same movie. I'm sorry. I can't let it go. It's the same doggone movie. It's the same doggone movie, same doggone enemy. It's just different ways. It just has to do with water. It is literally Free Willy with avatars. I cannot make this up. There is literally a Free Willy scene in the doggone movie.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Congratulations, but my guy.
He talked about he talked about Marvel movies rehashing. He literally, I'm sorry, that was yelling. Let me come down.
Wait. No, wait. I got something for you, but go ahead and finish.
I would like, I'm the same way, Groovy. What's going on, Groovy? I'd like to know what is the appeal. Like Will just said, it's the same.
I'm trying not to ruin it, because again,
ruin it. It's not like a Marvel.
I'm giving the outer synopsis of it. It is literally the same storyline, the same enemy. Different nuances are so minute that they don't even matter. They don't really change the story that much. They really don't. It's almost like someone said, how can we give the same thing in a different format in the same movie and call it new? That's pretty much what it was. The only thing about it was you basically just changed landscape. All you did, you know what? Let's call it like Yu-Gi-Oh! You just changed the background. That's all you did. You're not on the castle anymore. You're on the water. That's it. That's pretty much it. You changed the background. You Windows 95 did. That's almost what they're saying.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I've been holding that in for 3 weeks. I apologize.
Don't apologize. Accept it. See, I keep telling people the role of a villain is a glorious one, and it's worthy, and you need it. You need it. You want it.
I'm trying to be a better role model.
No. Come to the dark side.
Please
join us.
When you get to a certain age and realize the Jedi may not have been right.
The colonizers, they took the people from the land. They cannot have us. Wow. We must fight back against the colonizer. Anyway, which is also a theme in the movie.
Yes.
Same theme. It's that's why I said I don't want to take away from it. I'm not trying to dismay people, but to Kira's point, I was like,
you was right. Like
it's like I'm not trying to. It's like, look, I'm not trying to shame James Cameron because you never know, you might run into him and he'll be like, "So you said you didn't like my movie?" No, I didn't like Terminator Salvation, but. I mean, we're gonna be honest about that. I mean,
very fair, very fair,
very fair.
Well, went dry. Let's just be honest.
That's
but no, Avatar: Way of the Water. It's just, I can see if you're a fan of Avatar. It's like, how can I put this ever so nicely? It's Snyder syndrome. Anything Zack Snyder does, people will find a way to justify it if you're a dead heart fan.
Okay, good cinematography, bad storyline.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Okay,
yeah,
that works.
That is exactly it.
That's it.
That is exactly it. Will, Mr. Mayhem, do you have any words that you'd like to say? Because I'm gonna go off.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I saw the first Avatar, I was like, that's cool. The second one rolled around, I was like, that looks like more of the same. I'm not really interested. I was in Georgia for the holiday. My in-laws wanted to go see it Friday. I was like, hey, that's cool. Or Glass Onion is on Netflix. We can just sort of put our feet up right here. And, oh, look at that. Bullet Train is next. Let's just...
Great movie.
Let's just make it a
two movies that'll be
night.
talked about later in this show.
Oh, hopefully in a positive light.
Oh, very positive. Very positive.
Yeah, so yeah, Avatar 2 didn't really take it in. Not extremely interested. But you know, bless those that do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Not the church line.
We're gonna pray for y'all. We're gonna pray for y'all. Bless you.
Okay, Kira, listen.
Not what? My hand itches.
I feel like it's certain folk that like to cosplay as like ethnic folk. I feel like this may be their cup of tea. I'm not calling anyone out per se. There's a certain persuasion of peoples that like to lock their hair that potentially also don't wash their legs. I feel like this is for them.
Oh my Will?
And the bomb has been dropped.
I may need to give you my crown of shade. Oh,
I love the setup was beautiful.
I think my hair grew a little bit. It grew.
Oh, fuck that was a.
I'm sorry.
I like his. I'm gonna slide this knife in just a little bit, and then. There you go.
It tickles.
Did it tickle?
I'm sorry.
I thought he was gonna say people with fascination with raisins and everything. I thought he was gonna go with that. I was waiting for it. I was like, "Where's the cherry on top?"
And LaCroix soda.
Oh yeah. You know the Kryptonian. Yeah, the Kryptonian colonizers, the alabaster assailants, the cocaine cockroaches,
mayonnaise mafia.
The mayonnaise.
Wow, what is happening?
It's such a long list. Thank you, Black Twitter.
You opened the door, man. You opened it.
I am so sorry.
Kira, what did you think?
The lamp. You open the door, Will.
my wife, look, I fought tooth and nail. My wife is asleep right now, so I can say this. But she was like, "Oh, I want to go see it," and I'm just like, "Oh, thank God for that blizzard we just got done with," because I was. Thank you, God.
What are you doing?
Gave me an excuse.
Oh.
There you go, Groovy. The Rice Cake Warriors. The Cauliflower Crusaders. There you go. Groovy know what's going on.
I forgot where I saw that. Someone called him the Bleached. I was like, that was that. I don't know who said it.
I called him the Ashen. I said the Ashen. So
non-melanated cousins.
Non-melanated cousins. It's all love, but I mean, it's literally a diatribe of this thing. It's what we do. It's Black Twitter.
We're just talented. Everybody gets a nickname. Everybody gets one.
We get it.
You may
You
not
call us
like
the
it.
nice kids, and we embraced it. Embrace the rice cake warrior thing, because it's not false.
Oh, Rice Cake Warriors. That's gonna stick with me for a while.
So what did you think, Kira?
You Rice Cake Warrior eating mother. I can make that work. It'll work.
It'll it sticks.
Will's listen, he's itching to use. He was just like, give me your reason. Give me
your reason.
It ain't even got to be a good reason. It's just, how was your day? You rice cake warrior.
I'm scared to work tomorrow. I got plenty of reasons. I'll have ammo at the ready at 8:00 in the morning. I'm good.
God damn.
You're like, what's wrong with your hand? Oh, it's itching for this trigger. What you think, Kira?
It is a beautiful movie. It's beautiful. Colors everywhere, the motion, the realism that was injected into it. Gorgeous.
I'll give it to him.
That movie was a cinematic masturbatory act of voyeurism. Okay.
I could have used you for wordplay last week. Where were you when I needed you for Scrabble?
I'm here, baby. Just send me, what is it? Text a friend. I'll be here.
Text a friend.
I couldn't use that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That dude, I do not that movie was made for no one but him, and he has said it. He this is his baby. He has wanted to put this work together, but the technology just wasn't there. But baby, we need story. I need a story. I need words to come along with these pictures. I'm not in kindergarten or anything anymore. I need a full sentence, a beginning, middle, and an end. I need all of the things. I need context.
It's
I need
literally
character.
Sesame,
I need.
What is it? What was it? The Sesame Street song. Every story has a beginning, middle, and
end.
And yep.
What was there was the wheel is spinning. Like, we're not going anywhere. Legitimately looked at the screen, the scene at the end where they're fighting on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it happen twice in 30 minutes? You had the exact same scene, and then you take the autonomy of the people that you have decided to just jump into and throw them out of the entire goddamn movie. The fuck?
Interesting.
I'm gonna break this shit down. I don't have that much. I know y'all don't have time. We got to get back to other things because I could go into it. But those are my main hitting points. I know you want to meet him. I'm good.
Just not for that.
Not for that.
I don't know. I it's funny you mentioned Glass Onion earlier. Ryan Johnson's been in the news a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about
Ryan Johnson's
he's a little upset that Glass Onion used the Knives Out mystery as the byline.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's still talking about The Last Jedi ending. And I'm like, dude, let it go.
Let it go.
It's fine. Let it go. It may not have meshed with the rest of the story, but let it go.
Mm-hmm.
We've had worse. We've literally had worse in the Star Wars universe. It's okay. Let it just. It's like you know you messed up, but you didn't want to admit you messed up.
It's like,
but then you keep talking about what was messed up.
Wait a minute. I liked his version.
I didn't think it was wrong. It was just, we
have differing opinions. I see.
It wasn't wrong. I wasn't a hate. I wasn't a hater with The Last Jedi.
I'm looking.
It will.
Wait, which way?
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. It just, I have a problem with John Boyega's character not getting the love that he rightfully freaking deserves.
Absolutely.
Fair.
I was okay with Rey. I was okay with everything else. But you played my boy.
Okay. Are we getting number one? We're getting off topic, but number two, I got to say my point. Or not my point, my thought. I'm not sure if he was the sole reason John Boyega was not.
I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
I feel like that was a studio decision because I think they were cool with the way the story was going to go. With the first one, then they got all that rhetoric and White Lives Matter bullshit. up in arms.
And then JJ
So
had to go
And then
film.
things
JJ had
changed.
JJ
Right,
had to
here's the wild
film.
part.
He had to film
Right.
Star Trek.
Right.
So that took him off that project because
Right.
he was helming both projects.
Right.
But
And
scheduling changed.
And then I think everything really they backpedaled so much with John Boyega. There was no way they were going to be able to save the third movie. So I think it was there was I don't know, man. I don't want to put that all on him. I mean, I don't care. I mean, they can kiss the darker side of my behind for taking him out in any way, shape, or form.
As long as Ryan keeps bringing it up, he will always shoulder that blame. He will always show that blame because you know what? We got over the fact that you pretty much lied to us to the promos that Boyega was going to be a Black Jedi, which is what we have been asking for a Black Jedi since Mace Windu to actually take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Putting your promos that way.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, how The Force Awakens, when it started to go that way. Mm-hmm. And yet you took The Last Jedi, you took The Rise of Skywalker, and you tried to make a character who, let's be honest, a lot of people did not get invested in, and tried to make them the focus, while the person we were invested in, you try to put them more into the background. And that's why a lot of people are mad because, well, your story was shit. And I love Rian Johnson just because of the fact that he did Glass Onion and he did Knives Out. And again, that's for another part of the show. But to me, it's like, look, you keep bringing it up. We're going to keep going down the reasons why you still have a massively toxic fan base that's pretty much ready to give you the business every time you talk. You let it go. We let it go.
Yeah.
Don't start none.
We have literally let go the prequels because of how bad the CGI was. We've literally let that go. Let it go.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's okay. We've had the Star Wars holiday special. Let it go.
We can forgive and forget a lot of stuff in that world, in that universe. Yeah. But if you keep poking that bear,
because everybody else is shutting up about it. They're like, "Hey, let him talk about it."
What are you talking about? What?
Yeah, right. Before we get to it, I want to, and I've seen it in parts because I have to watch this thing in its entirety because I was actually watching Alice in Borderland this weekend. Wow,
I need to watch it. I've heard good things. I'm sorry, but go ahead. Sorry.
Can we give this queen her flowers?
She been on, baby. She been on. That's my black prince, black female prince. Okay.
And for those who are watching, right now, we're talking about Janelle Monáe because my God, she is with it. She's with it.
I can't look too long with fiancés in the other room. I have a pregnant fiance in the other room. You'll get me killed, Chris.
She smelled.
Like I tell my wife, I'm like, if I die, it'll be a worthy death.
I'd like to die after my son is here.
Okay.
I was about to say, that's the increased senses. She in the next room. Like,
I'm telling you, she smells. She smells.
Smell you looking at another one.
Not to go off topic, but you ain't lying, dear God.
Dude, y'all think y'all the predators. We keep trying to let y'all know. We let y'all have this.
She got brutal with me massively. Step forward me and was like, no. I was like, what do you mean no?
I remember listening to her. I've listened to all her music. And always thought she was attractive.
Yeah,
and I remember when she came out because I don't know if she still is, but I know at the time she was dating Tessa Thompson, another dime piece, another beautiful one. And people were like, "Well, she gay," and I'm like, "That don't change nothing. She's still attractive."
The hooker's still pretty. It don't matter. She's still a very attractive woman.
That didn't take nothing off the board.
I said what I said. I said what I said.
Oh, that hurt my chest.
She is massively talented, and just seeing some of her scenes that I did catch in Glass Onion was just. I'm like, oh, she just busted out a whole Southern accent. and she's hanging on to it.
Did you watch what was it Antebellum that she was in?
Yes.
I didn't like the movie overall, but she top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
She put her foot in that.
I see. I really do see like EGOT in her future.
Easy.
Like I just see that.
Absolutely.
When you got that kind of talent, when you're singing, you're putting out some dope albums. Now you're acting.
Oh,
I
wait,
see
I'm sorry.
Broadway on your line.
She has a book. She has 2 books out.
Yes, that's the other thing. Yeah. So she's on the pulse.
She in it.
So,
You gonna see her win something somewhere.
Yeah.
At least once a year.
Yeah.
And she can she can perform. She can perform. Like you see Bruno Mars when he performs. She's
right next to him.
It's like, oh yeah, wait. I was like, if they said she's performing at the Super Bowl, I'm like, if you don't give her longer than that 7 to 10 minute run time.
No,
I hate when they do that. They did Bruno like that. I hate that they did that. I'm like, why are you giving just
let him have it?
Give it a whole half hour. We don't need all this flash and bang.
Y'all already know if you ain't Prince and if you ain't certain people.
This is true.
You own a stopwatch. Come on now.
Prince and Michael Jackson were the only Prince and Michael Jackson were the only ones that was like, no, we're gonna run the field, we're gonna run the crowd.
Yeah, you ain't gonna tell Prince in 30 minutes.
Wasn't it Beyonce too? Beyonce had the whole thing.
Beyonce had the whole thing too.
You had the whole thing. You ain't gonna tell her not to have the whole damn thing.
I'm sorry. Let me update this. If you ain't Prince, Beyonce, Whitney,
or Michael Jackson,
okay, that's 4.
You know what? I can't even remember who was playing when Whitney sang. I can't remember who was playing. That's how much it was just like once she belted that out.
It's like, all right, game
over. They were like,
"There's a game."
Yeah.
No, Packers and Patriots.
I didn't know about there's a game. I thought this was a concert. I thought it was a concert.
It was a football game at the Whitney Houston concert.
It's a football game at the Whitney Houston concert.
I'm sorry. As a person that makes bets, I remember that game. Packers and Patriots.
That's because money was on the line.
You remember when?
Did you win?
Oh, I had a nice little mint on that, and I can't say more because betting was not exactly legal. So
it'll change.
Oh, okay.
So this is our wrap up of 2022. We're running back 2022. And we're not just talking about the best that 2022 had to offer in entertainment. We're going to touch on some of the worst at the same time. 2022 did not start off nice for us. Literally at midnight, we lost Betty White.
Yeah.
You talking about, damn it, we just came out the daggone pandemic and she was fine. And only for it to hit 1201 and news hit, and I'm like, no, she didn't. Yes, the hell she did.
That's a dirty damn lie to say on somebody's New Year's damn day. What y'all talk about with Betty White is going? Y'all on some bullshit right now. That's just rude.
Yeah,
it was all
those were the words out of my mouth.
It was all those death hoaxes we couldn't believe. Like they kept on saying Betty White was dead. She kept on popping up on social media. No, I ain't. And
right.
Who said?
And I love that she kept doing it. She was like, I don't know where you're getting this news from, but
check your sources.
Right.
I ain't dead, motherfucker. I was like, okay, there you go.
There it is.
I'll never forget that. She put that up on one of those deck hosts. She's like, I ain't dead, motherfucker. I was like, yep.
So I think, and this is in no particular order, but we also had to deal and still are dealing with the smack.
Ooh, I was watching that live in real time. I stuck. The stuckiest of stuck I was. I'm like, wait.
I was so damn tired the next day because I'm like, I don't watch the Oscars, but now I got to stay up to see what else is going to happen.
That didn't make me want to go back into work because when you got the Raisin Rice Warrior collection. Hey, so what happened?
What's going on? What happened last night, guys?
I'm like,
I completely missed it.
If
I don't
anything,
understand.
my
my
response would have been like, I don't know what you're talking about me for. Y'all the one thought he was the safe one. Like, he is from Philly.
From West Philly.
West
Born
Philly.
and raised.
Born and raised.
He's
That
telling
was a-
you
that
in the
was a-
line. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. No,
that
but
was
that
a rough one.
Yeah.
That was a rough one. Only for him to turn around and win it, but it was so stained. But there was so many other wins that night, and I didn't forget them. It's just that moment stood out.
Right. That's what they're gonna remember us for. Not the fact this man finally got something he's been chasing for so long, and the only thing we're gonna remember is that. I mean, it's like an old black person. I'm like, that's what they're gonna remember us for. You know what those people gonna bring up. That's what they're gonna remember us for. They ain't gonna remember the fact that we all great actors. No, we gotta act like niggas.
Yeah. Always.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Always.
You're not wrong.
Always. I don't know if you guys are Whovian fans, but I'm a big Doctor Who fan.
Mm-hmm.
And quite possibly my favorite Doctor is the 10th Doctor, which is David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, after this past season, he came back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He came back. And not only did he come back, but the 60th anniversary special brings back one of my favorite duos, the Dr. Donna.
Aww.
And I've actually loved their interaction. They really made the show. It wasn't just David Tennant. It was Catherine Tate. They really made a great back and forth. Even their version, I don't know what the name of their show is over there. It's sort of like Saturday Night Live. And he was a guest on this said show, and he was a teacher. She was playing this student, and the same back and forth. Like, it was the same back and forth. And I'm like, oh, I live for this. So I live for this, so seeing them. But that wasn't the only favorite duo we got. The other favorite duo, to the king of trolls himself, Ryan Reynolds, decided to say, hey, Hugh Jackman is coming back, baby. He's going to be in my movie.
And the internet broke.
You know what? You thought the smack broke the internet? That broke the internet.
We need that.
I remember being at work, being loud as fuck for no reason. They were like, "What is going on?" It's Wolverine. It's Wolverine. Deadpool. It's Wolverine. It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
All I can say was,
they're coming.
I said, "This motherfucker broke the internet again."
I just had a Jurassic Park. So I just had Jurassic Park. I'm like, you crazy, you son of a bitch, the crazy son of a bitch.
He did it.
He probably did it.
That literally was my first reaction. I'm like, I sat back and was just like, this ain't real. And I'm watching it I'm like, this ain't real. It's on my phone. Let me pull it up on the computer. And I pull it up and I'm like,
huh?
Get the fuck out of here!
Holy shit! And I've been.
It's pure Ryan Reynolds style, because it's just like really sincere. I really tried. I put everything into it, and I came up with nothing. Except, hey,
this long.
You want to play Wolverine again?
The setup.
Sure,
Sure, Ryan, why not?
Okay, that's the announcement.
You talking about trying to break down a teaser. It was like, was that really him in the background? Was like, listening to the voices, like people were trying to tear it down. I'm like, let's see, was this really Hugh Jackman? And then Hugh Jackman gets on Twitter, like,
it
was me.
And then they fought, and then the trolls afterwards, like, okay, so we know you guys have a lot of questions. And cue the music as we explain everything. I was like,
the follow-up was just as gold. The follow-up was gold. I'm just like,
why would you do that to us?
I'm so glad you're giving us this right now.
but in true fashion, that was at a point we needed. That's why I was like, Ryan Reynolds kind of pulled a Batman on us. Like, we needed you. We needed something at that time to like.
Ryan Reynolds is the hero we deserve. Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we deserve
right now.
Facts.
Oh my god, yeah, he pulled and everything. I've really just watched, and it's not just DC who's a big fan of Ryan Reynolds, but I am too, because it's like he does a massive thing with trolling. He's funny and everything he's been doing. It just works.
Yeah,
even when he's not being funny, I'm like, and the guy can tap dance and sing. Who the fuck thought that was possible?
Oh, you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I hear about it, but I still have not gone to be like,
I'm like, I'll give this a shot.
I kind of was just elf and I left it alone.
I was like, did he? Damn it! He tried, but what I think what's really funny is what him and his wife do to each other. It's hilarious.
Him and Blake are
Blake
the
are
best.
Like when they're I think it was David Letterman asking him about like on the birth of his kids. And he was like, there's these beautiful people in my house, and then there's my wife. And I'm like, dude, wait.
Oh, she's worse. They cutthroat each other.
I feel like she's so quiet with it. Like he gets her, but she gets him, but like probably at home or something. Like
she gets him. She gets him. Like online, she gets. Oh god, you would never expect it.
No,
you would have thought someone like her. Like Chris said, you would have thought somebody like her, quiet, reserved, very modern. No, she has a burn game that is
legendary.
It's Gordon Ramsay roast level. I'll put it that way. And
when he can roast him,
it's
when he roasts himself,
so unheard of. And when she does it, you're just like, okay, now we see why y'all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he roasts himself about Green Lantern. Yeah. When he roasts himself about Green Lantern, and then who was in the film, she was in the film too. And then she can turn around and I'm like, it sounds even worse when she does it.
I was like, God dang.
Like, cause she's the nice one. Like, you would not like if the nice one is going in on you like that.
I'm like, okay, you gotta have siblings because you just don't do that as an only child. You have practice.
It's like, what, 1 year was his birthday, and she was just like, happy birthday, baby, I love you so much. Long Instagram post, but it was a picture of her and him, but he was cropped out, and she was on her other side, was standing next to like Ryan Gosling or something.
That was just
like that
was surgical. The surgical burns are always the worst.
Yeah, and that's why, seeing him in The Proposal, I don't know if any of you guys watched The Proposal, but watching him and Sandra Bullock and Betty White, and I'm like,
dude, gold.
Yes.
That straight face in that movie.
More people need to watch that movie.
It is. It's a very. I don't see why. Because I like Sandra Bullock, I find her to be funny too. Yeah. And watch this movie and see this whole interaction with these two, and then he's like, Betty White's his grandmother, and I'm like, get the fuck out of
here.
Perfect. The one-up game was what you gotta watch. That's the part of it. Now, you ain't out doing Betty White. Let's just be honest. That woman.
The behind the scenes are hilarious.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes are absolutely worth every bit. He's talking her up and everything else, and she's like, boom, boom. Boom. But then again, I guess if you acted with B. Arthur and everybody else, like your burn game better be on 10.
The whole of Golden Girls,
the 4 original Roast Masters.
That's it. that's it.
4 original Roast Masters, especially.
That burn game was intense.
Golden Girls might as well just been called the roast room for
the roast room.
Nobody was safe in that. Nobody was safe. No,
they were. Well, like, damn, it was one liner after one liner after one. I'm like, God, dog. So, before we get into the internet, more into the best and worst, I gotta close it out with some of the worst. This person here.
Not the costume colors.
Yes.
Not the Joker.
Ezra Miller.
Smile. Wait a minute.
Ezra Miller literally has become the Reverse Flash.
Man,
no question. How do you screw up your career? Try using the Speed Force. That's all I'm saying. He did that quick. Some of the other bad. HBO Max self-destructs.
Oh,
damn near.
Warner Brothers.
It seemed like they started off strong, and we'll explain later. But they started off strong this year. They really did, thanks to James Gunn, which is part of the good. He's running the DC universe now.
True.
See how that fed right into that?
Yeah. A lot over the process.
Yes. Some of the bad. Henry Cavill leaves The Witcher, but returns as Superman, only to not become Superman.
Or the grand opening, grand closing.
Grand opening, grand closing. And your whole man, the grand opening again.
Hey, not the Jay-Z line. Grand
opening. But Henry Cavill is much like us.
How you get fired on your day off? That's right.
We have come full circle. We have come full circle.
Oh shame. Yeah.
But he's developing Warhammer. So he's not out the woods. The way it sounds with James Gunn, I understand he's doing a reboot, which as much as needed. It's just needed, you know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that's saying we don't need a reboot is delusional. There's no way. There's no way.
Snyder apologists.
Oh no, the Snyder fanboys are like, no. See, if you let Snyder, just let it go, man. Snyder's had 3 shots.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen.
It's like, but Superman was so good. Yes, it was, but everything after that wasn't. Man of Steel is good. However,
you stepped in shit and tracked it through the house after you finished Man of Steel. That's what happened.
That's exactly what you did.
That's what happened. Yeah,
I still remember that. I still remember when San Diego Comic-Con was doing their news release for the weekend, and then the following 2 weeks, and they were like, okay, they're doing Man of Steel 2. Awesome. Within the month, it's starring Batman. Not a problem. And we're calling Batman versus Superman. No.
Dawn of Justice.
They just kept adding and adding. I'm like, no, where's our brain?
It was a crappy sandwich.
It was. It just and it showed.
Jesse has the guy from Zombieland is Lex Luthor.
And not the good guy from fucking oh my god.
That's the thing about it. When you
actually watched
all downhill, when you saw Jesse, I forgot his last name. When you saw Eisenberg. But the level of apology trying to make, no, see, you didn't read the comics. Just stop. If you have to do
there's no version of Lex that I've read about that act like that. I'm sorry.
No.
Exactly.
No.
And they tried. This is why I get on Snyder people. This is why I love go after Snyder people, because number 1, they're an easy ass target. Number 2, I'm petty. Number 3, but
that's just it's like at the very end. What was it? Was it the end of Justice League? Yeah, at the end of Justice League, when you see Lex on the yacht, the way he was then, I'm like, that's the Lex we should have been getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like that cut of the Snyder cut of Justice League, and you get that nightmare scenario with Batman talking to Joker. I'm like, why didn't we get that Joker?
Because they didn't want to do White version. They didn't want to do White Knight. They didn't want to do White Knight Joker. That wasn't gonna happen.
That was actually a really good scene of them talking, you know, and like I call it truce and I'm like, yo, why didn't we get that? Like, I didn't need this. I don't know what the hell that
Gangster
was.
They wanted to build a world.
Well, that world. That's why Darkseid wanted to destroy it. It was just that. It was just there.
That's why I was gonna get Snyder. That's why I was telling all Snyder's people, I'm like, look, if Darkseid in his cut was the main villain and not Steppenwolf, you could say out of 1 out of 5, he pulled LeBron James and got 1. He still couldn't get that.
People have actually asked, how could he forget that what he was looking for was on Earth? And I'm like, have you seen that version that was released the first time? I try to forget it too. So it's just what it is.
Hey, listen, as somebody that regularly goes to the grocery store and don't remember where I parked, and I gotta walk around like where was
you're that guy. You're the guy that raised his keychain up and hits the button on it. You're that guy.
Hell yeah. And get mad when other people try and do it at the same time as me. Like, Rebecca, your car is clear right there. Like, stop.
It's my turn.
One at a time, please. Damn it.
Oh my god. The good, we got Black Adam. The bad, the damage control was shit.
I'm sorry. I forget the camera. I'm sorry.
My look, it's my look. It was my look. I know.
We had such hopes.
We did.
We had such hopes.
And the damage control for that film was good lord,
horrendous.
Yeah.
It went down in the crash too.
Oh my god, it was a lot of finger pointing. Jesus Christ, it was a lot of finger pointing.
There were some great parts. I mean, there were some good. I did like Aldous Hodge take on Hawkman.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Fate wasn't half-ass bad, but that's all. I mean, that's your two standouts,
and it wasn't your main character,
right?
Yeah.
They didn't write Black Adam. I was hoping they would go his original origin story, but it's like you try to bring him into the modern world so fast, and that I love The Rock. I try to, all respect to The Rock. If I ever see you in person, please don't hurt me because you're Samoan and I'm not gonna try to fight you. But
don't fight a Samoan.
I'm not fighting a Samoan. That is no, hell no. But
because when you end up fighting one, you're fighting them all.
You fight all of them. It ain't one-on-ones. It's like Dragon Ball. It ain't one-on-ones.
And the ancestors, right?
Fight me.
But here's what I say about
fight me, Mr. Dwayne.
I see what they were trying to do with The Rock, and I do like the fact that it was a passion thing for him. It's like he wanted to bring a character out, but my problem with DC, and just to make this a short point, DC's failure has always been with stories. It's like for some odd reason, your story has you can have a great cast, but your story's shit, except for Aquaman and Shazam, which somehow I think James Wan did write Aquaman, or did someone else did? I can't remember. I want to say
he had a part in it.
He did it. Yeah. He had played a part in it.
Shazam was written by I forgot the guy's name, but still, you had two standout
and
movies.
It's the one thing that might just survive because it didn't really.
Yeah,
it didn't touch any of the other ones. That's the only thing that's keeping it alive.
If it wasn't touched by James Gunn, somehow it wasn't tampered with any other way. Like you can literally get away with the Superman visual.
But that's my theory, though. Is like Shazam's kind of at that age where it fits his universe. So it fits with the universe he's trying to build. So I can see why he wants to keep Zachary Levi's character around, because it kind of fits that mold. I get that. But yeah, I've been saying as a DC fan first, Marvel second, that you have to execute Order 66.
Hell, even Zachary Levi said it. He was just like, I love Marvel characters and they get their characters. He said that. He's on Twitter. He said that. He like video. He said it. So
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I'm like, people are like, oh, I don't like that version of Shazam. I'm like, but are you saying you hate Zachary Levi? You're saying you hate Chuck. Is that what you're saying?
Chuck of all shows. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Of all shows, you tell me you hate Chuck. He's one of us. You're saying you hate Chuck. Oh God. Here's the 2023, because it sounds like, and we should be getting news really soon from James Gunn, what he has getting ready lined up, because they just canceled the Green Lantern series, which, let's face it, they needed to. There is no way possible they can build on the shaky foundation that they have. And I've said it before, I'm like, they may have to scorch the earth. Thanks to Ezra Miller, they have no choice. Like, dude, you were the match, weren't you? Everything else was the fuel, but you were the match.
It was really a paradox. It was really a Flashpoint paradox.
Kerosene.
Like you made sure it was like, I take that back. BVS was probably the match. Ezra Miller was the actual bomb.
That was the hold my beer moment. That was the hold my beer.
That was the hold my beer moment. He was just like, I can do better. Oh, can you?
And he kept one-upping himself. That's the messed up part. How do you keep one-upping yourself?
No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
None.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to call this episode that No Regrets.
This is wild. Man went
back,
to Hawaii and was just like, it smelled like bitch in here.
I don't know if it was like, I don't know if you had the same thought I had, but I literally thought, like, dude, you're in Hawaii. How do you you got arrested the first time because you were drunk? Okay.
Yo.
But you got arrested twice in Hawaii?
That's a work.
Twice? now we got a problem.
Like, why you don't have
Nobody gets
friends?
arrested in Hawaii. No one gets arrested in Hawaii.
I was
Rice
overlooking
Warriors
the
do.
first arrest. I'm like, I
Rice
ain't got
Cake
arrested
Warriors
on
get
Hawaii.
arrested in Hawaii all the time.
Like, you're in
The
Hawaii.
Rice Cake, that's gonna stick with me. The Rice Cake Warrior variety, they always get arrested.
Oh my goodness. So that's most of the news of this week. That's kind of the summary of the best and the bad of 2022. But we're gonna get into the best and the bad of 2022 as far as film, television, streaming service, and series. So we're getting right into it. So this was Kira's pick, I want to say. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
The Woman King
Oof.
for Kira and for myself is actually one of the best of 2022. Very underrated, also landed on that list.
Yes.
The cast alone. The
Look at,
cast.
look at it. Look
alone.
at this picture alone. How you gonna tell me this movie ain't fucking fire? I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse. But
No,
how
no.
you gonna tell me this
That
movie?
movie was fucking fire. That movie was fucking fire.
This from the story, the action, the storyline, the I don't like that was it for me. The fact that we actually got a fully fleshed out storyline with each of these characters with a beginning, middle, and end, and there were no plot holes.
No.
Like, stop. Like, y'all don't tell me y'all love cinema. Don't tell me that.
And shout out to every last one of these women. Good
Ooh.
Lord. And definitely shout out to the samurai
Sorry.
Yeah.
Shoo, girl.
Shauna, you did your
Yeah.
thing, and you got speaking parts.
Yes.
We've been watching you.
Get that SAG card, baby.
We've been watching you. We always said you should have been Adora, but this we'll take it.
Ooh.
Were y'all on Twitter earlier today by any chance?
No.
Yeah,
There's a gentleman by the name of Chris Evans, not that Chris Evans, another one.
I know who you're talking
Black
about.
gentleman, writer, entertainer.
Yes.
He shared a TikTok of his parents trying to identify random celebrities.
Oh no.
And they put up Lupita, and they they was like, "Oh, that's my girl. I don't know her name, but oh, girl from the Woman King. Yes, I love her. She is amazing." I was like,
damn.
So our own people against us.
So-
What?
Damn.
Oh,
Mommy
man.
and Daddy was both all the way in
all
on how
wrong,
much they
all
love
wrong.
Lupita.
I seen his
And the
post, but
Woman
I
King.
didn't check it out. I got to check it out now.
No, you'll be in tears.
So Kira's favorite streaming service, Interview with the Vampire.
Or TV show.
TV show, yes.
TV show. Yes.
I have yet to see that.
I'm sorry.
I've heard nothing but good.
It
Okay.
again, story.
And it's Grey Worm. So I mean,
It's Grey fucking Worm. My God, who doesn't want to see Grey Worm, knock off a couple people without, using a spear or some shit. I don't know. I don't know how to describe the show. This show is compelling. It's compelling. It sucks you in. No pun intended.
I see what you did there.
It is everything that an Anne Rice vampire series should be. If you have been reading in all of the Interview with the Vampire series since you were however old you may be, this show is damn near perfect.
Yeah,
is damn near perfect.
And there's a person of color playing the lead role.
Two.
Okay.
Two.
Two or
So,
three?
It might be. I gotta look at it.
Casting list.
The daughter, the daughter is black too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what do you want to say? They ain't having no goddamn baby. It's a daughter. Yeah.
So our very own cinematic assassin will be watching has for his best movie of the year, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And damn.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
This was good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happening right now because Michelle Yeoh is in
everything.
It's her season.
She's in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, exactly. This woman is And I love Michelle Yeoh. I've watched. She's part of that Jackie Chan camp.
Yeah.
So she's been in just everything, and she never ceases to impress me in everything she does. And this movie here, this is a sit.
Mm-hmm.
You need to sit down and really watch. And I can't remember the gentleman's name. I keep getting his name wrong.
Young. I can never pronounce it.
Is it?
But
you're right, Kiara. I cannot pronounce his name. You're right. I know exactly what you're saying. I
know. Like, I'm trying to remember his last name too. I know K-E. What
he plays short round.
Yes, Quan. Mm-hmm.
He's a Goonie. He's a Goonie. That's all right. Yes. He's Data from the Goonies. He's short round from Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Talking about getting his career back.
Right.
Yeah.
And this was the movie that did it. So fantastic film.
I got it on Blu-ray. I had a couple cousins come over. We were trying to figure out what to do. I was like, "Oh, we're watching this movie." I'm like, "Oh, what's it about?" It's about sit down and shut up. That's what it's about. I don't have time to explain. It's good. You need to absorb it.
Just sit down and watch the show. Just shut up, sit down. Just come here. Let me show you.
Like, what's it about? Bagel destroys the universe. What does it matter? Shut up. Watch it.
Multiversal theory and bagels.
Yeah,
that's pretty much. It always works. It's. But damn, it is really good. How it didn't get accepted at the Oscars for special effects or considered for special effects is beyond me.
A certain mouse wants a certain thing in. I'm leaving it at that.
That sounds about right, and I'm not going to be mad at that. You know, me and Kara said that before. It was like, it's an odd balance.
What film are we talking about? Because I can be mad about one of them. I'm ready to be mad. What are we talking about?
Thor: Love and Thunder. That's the.
Not that. No, not that. It wasn't that one.
Wasn't that one?
No, it was.
Don't make me curse y'all out tonight. Forever. It won't even be towards y'all.
It wasn't in the special effects realm. It was for, I think it was supporting actress. It was for Wakanda Forever and for everything. I think it was.
Yeah.
So it was a really weird. It was just like. I was like, we want the queen to take it. We really do, but then it's like kind of like a win is a win. You know, it was almost
One of y'all is absolutely taking this goddamn thing home. I mean, I'm mad that it's gotta be between the two of y'all, but
it was like I was just like, ooh, you son of a bitch, y'all did that on purpose. You know, it was one of them things. Will B, he picked Top Gun Maverick, which I still have yet to see.
I can agree with that.
What?
Yes.
What did I pick this for? I forget.
No.
No, that is my question to you as well.
Will picked this one. This was one of his picks.
Oh, ew! I'm still looking at you.
Wait. I'm a Top Gun fan anyway. Number one, because Afterburner, that movie is the only reason why I have an Afterburner game, because that's as close to a fighter plane as I'm getting. Number one, I am not enlisting the armed
forces. You talking about Sega Afterburner?
Yes. To this day, I am still looking for the arcade machine. I am ready to drop money on the actual arcade machine just to have it. But no, Top Gun was my favorites. Was one of my first Top Gun movie. I'm sorry, one of my first Tom Cruise movies. Loved the first one. Went to go see Maverick. Thought it was, everybody had the same thing. Oh, I don't know if we can, really pull off this movie. It was good. I mean, it was a good story. How they honored Val Kilmer was good, considering the fact that, all the complications and stuff he's going through, and he was still good in the movie. So I could knock it as long as they don't make a third one. Leave it at this. We gave it a nice send-off. Let's leave it alone.
But this was your top choice in 2022?
Actually, I had a list.
Some of the he had a list.
That you
and actually, part of his list was Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'm like, well, our Will picked it already.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's
a list, Kira.
All right, as long as there's
he had a list.
I'm looking at you funny.
Now,
and to be fair, I saw Top Gun Maverick. I had no sort of relationship with Top Gun going in, so I got the first movie. I watched it. I was like, okay, that's cool. I see why people liked this when this came out. And then when I saw the sequel in theaters, I was like, is this a perfect legacy sequel? Like, it seemed like they made a new story with not digging up too much new ground, so it felt familiar. They brought back the right characters to continue their stories and actually close those loops. The movie itself actually looks good. It's beautiful. And then they, the last act, they just let Tom Cruise be Tom Cruise and act like a psycho and run around and do crazy shit. It's just like, I think they get it. I think they knew exactly who their target audience was. I think they just nailed this.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's not like, I don't think it was made for me. Like, it didn't resonate deeply so that I was like, oh, it's my favorite movie of the year. But it's like, no, I get it. I completely understand why this is making all the damn money right now.
So, and
funny.
once again, if you're watching the show, we actually have Halo, the first season Blu-ray, thanks to our partners at Paramount Plus. If you like to get that, respond with Halo in the comments section, and I'll get that sent out to you. So that's all this hashtag Halo.
I love Paramount Plus.
Let me go ahead and start typing in something.
Such a lovely streaming service, Paramount.
Thank you for all my PTS shows.
Now, someone mentioned earlier stopping at 3, and it's kind of a done. So this one, yeah, it should have stopped at 3.
I'm sorry.
This is where I sit back. This is where I sit back and listen to Kira. Go ahead.
Let me.
Y'all are lucky I stopped drinking. Y'all lucky I stopped. On the strength of everything. Fuck this director.
Damn.
Ayo, fuck the mouse. They know better. They know better than to put this out. They should be fully ashamed of themselves. I will never, ever, ever forgive them for putting this fucking movie out and ruining the character that was Gore the God Butcher. They ruined the entire storyline.
I would have loved for it to be the actual Gore the God Butcher. I don't need. I commend Marvel I commend the MCU with taking some of their villains and giving them like true purpose,
a brain
behind their villainy. And I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, I didn't see enough Gore the God Butcher.
He wasn't in it.
Yeah, I didn't see enough of that.
Any butchering.
No,
you didn't see any butchering. You didn't see any.
I heard rumors. I heard rumors.
Yeah,
I didn't see any action. I'm like, no, I need to see you go after some folk. I need to see you be the badass, and I didn't get that. And then
the mouse had a choice. The mouse had a choice to go dark, and he didn't go dark. Yeah. He tried to keep it as lighthearted. You know what they tried to do? They basically said, "Let me take Ragnarok and make it part 2." And it worked.
That's
for
exactly
Ragnarok.
what, especially in the beginning, which wouldn't been so bad because then you had that contrast. It wouldn't been so bad if they nailed that other half of it.
Yeah, but you made Thor into what's the word I'm looking for here, Kira?
Fluff.
Uncle.
Thank you.
Fluff.
And I have nothing wrong with Chris Hemsworth.
No, it's not him. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at Taika Waititi. I'm mad at him, and I'm mad at whoever else helped him write this, and the people that greenlit it and knew nothing about the comics. There's no way you can tell me that anybody read those goddamn comics and said, "Oh, we're gonna throw it out because the idea is not good enough." Are you kidding me?
To see Gore the God Butcher actually take on Zeus or try to take on other gods and actually have fights. Again, I know we talked about this previously. That's why I kept saying Disney was afraid to literally tell a darker story because Gore the God Butcher, as we all know, his stories are borderline Walking Dead type stories.
Yeah,
they weren't going to do it. So what did they do? They rolled the dice on Thor being funny and Thor being one-liners, and it flopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you couldn't depend on it, and it wasn't even his fault. You just couldn't let him deal with the whole thing with Jane. Whole thing.
This was an MC filler episode.
It was
pretty much.
It was.
So
here's another one that, thanks to our cinematic assassin, I'm glad he told me about it because I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely not going to watch this mess. It's Halloween ends.
No. No, I know, Mister. No.
That one.
Listen,
No.
How dare they? How dare they? Why
it's
did
wild.
they?
However long ago we submitted these, like I've kind of forgot what I had said. So seeing the picture up, like I got a flashback of the anger associated with this film.
From what Will told us about the movie and everything, and from what I was hearing from people and actually read spoilers about it, this is all I felt.
Don't you put that on us!
That was an absolute shit show for you to do that to us.
You knew it was bad was on Peacock.
Yeah, right.
Immediately on Peacock.
Speaking of stuff showing up right away, Morbius. Netflix was like, "Oh, I'll take it."
You sure, homie? You sure? You've been making a lot of. Somebody take away their drink.
And to sit down and I'm like, okay, it's on Netflix. Let me check this thing out. Damn, this was bad. Why did you do this? So many questions. So many questions. And
Jared
that
Leto
freaking
can take
ending made
No sense.
damn sense.
This
What's the ending I'm talking about? I'm spoiling it. I'm being that bastard today.
Ain't nobody watching
this was Sony throwing up a Hail Mary. Sony was like, we can still do it. We can still create our own universe. Let us bring in the Vulture. On hopes of what? A vampire that literally you decided that you have so much source material and you just sat there and took Matt Smith, who in my mind was a better entertaining character.
Matt Smith was having a damn good time in his own.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was like, I
Whatever.
played the doctor. I want to play evil now.
Yeah. That's like it was I felt bad for Jared Leto, but I'm like, bruh, you just keep getting like the worst roles.
He
The thing is, I
chooses
know,
them.
and the thing is, I'm like, dude, I know you can act. I know what the hell the problem is. I've seen your work. And to see that, like I said, that ending when the Vulture shows up and he's talking about Spider-Man and he's like, oh, we should team up. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you agree to that? You know nothing about Spider-Man. You know nothing about the Vulture. And you're just like, okay. Like, dude, you're a fucking scientist. How stupid do you have to be?
Now, I'll put it this way. It was so bad. I was at a free screening for this, and I heard somebody yell out, they're going to do the Sinister Six. I have never seen... You ever seen like a wave at a stadium where it just goes across? Imagine like 60 seats all stand up and stare directly in the direction of the person who said it. It was some coordinated just line of bruh.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't never seen a guy leave the theater so fast. Like, yes, you may want to leave.
Was it this?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I feel like Jared Leto has the same script choosing practices as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I'm gonna just leave that right there.
Oh my god!
Amen.
He said, "Did he ends it with the
amen at the end?"
Sweet
but he has
baby
better
Jesus.
wardrobe at least.
Sweet baby Jesus in the powder blue suit, baby Jesus. Help it. Oh my god. So in our streaming service category for best series right now, Cinematic Assassin says Severance, which I've heard a lot about.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot about this.
You got to watch it.
It's yeah, I agree. This was one of the ones that was up there for me too, dude.
Yeah,
it's to be experienced. And then like the no spoilers, but the way the first season ends out, I literally needed to stand up and fight someone because it was like, I need season 2 tomorrow.
Yeah,
I've got time. Like, what do you mean that? And I just sat there in anger and silence.
We're gonna talk about these streaming services and they season breaks. I don't like these things. Another picks. And this is why I said HBO Max started off strong, thanks to James Gunn.
Yeah,
Peacemaker was awesome.
The good one.
That was
a good one.
He gave the Suicide Squad, and then turned around and gave us this. And I'm like, this dude is 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I will stand by property where clan members get beat up.
Yes,
just a fact.
Shout out to Vigilante. Shout out to Vigilante. My man went out there.
every day is a good day to punch a Nazi. Just
I was just like, I like this dude. He's crazy. I like this dude's energy.
Yes.
Vigilante is the kind of friend that you just want beside. He's like, oh, so your father's in prison and you can't kill him. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. He was
Let me
like,
go to the trunk.
no question. It's just what movie was that? With Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner, and he was
The Town.
The Town. Yeah. He was like,
God.
I need a car. I don't need any questions. We're gonna have to get. He was like, whose car are we gonna take?
Yeah.
No questions asked.
No.
That was Vigilante. He was just like, so your dad's in prison. He's a prick. He knows some known racists. He's one himself. Hold my beer.
I ain't never seen anybody go to the prison and literally assault themselves just to get put in said prison.
And he did it with it was so effortless with it. I'm just like, this motherfucker crazy.
Oh, you are crazy. Oh, you are the different kind of crazy.
There's people that are ride or die. Vigilante is ride and die because he's just
Then he got in there and he said he didn't waste too much time. He said he got in close.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So you're all right. Let's do it.
Which I always sat there and said, if you're gonna fight somebody and they immediately start laughing, run.
It's over. Just
They
made an error.
You know, you watch the movies and they make these elaborate plans when they get in prison. He's like, nah, first day, we're gonna take this out. We're gonna take care of this right now.
He was time efficient.
Why was
very time efficient. I'm like that man.
Yeah.
Give him a plate. Give him a plate. I didn't say he could come over. Just give him a plate. He's made it that far, you know. Another pick, Moon Knight.
Yeah,
I like
a good one.
I like
that one song that played at the beginning that everybody was using. I forgot the name of it already. That song,
loneliest man in the world.
Oh yes.
Na, 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 na,
Great score, by the way. Disney Plus series have been having some really good scores. I don't know what's going on over there, but there's that music department. They're handling it.
They're getting paid.
Yeah.
They're getting paid enough to keep them happy.
Music sets the tone, though. If you think about it,
it does.
Music sets the tone.
That's really does.
Guardians of the Galaxy was successful. Let's be honest. You remember the soundtrack more than you remember the movie sometimes.
Yeah.
I will still listen to the soundtrack to both films. I'm waiting to see what this third one sounds like, because if he's doing periods,
sadness.
Yeah, so this is, I guess,
because this one, let me see, it was the 70s.
It was the 80s, the 70s and 80s, so he'll be going into the 90s by volume 3.
Oh, he about to cut up.
So it's gonna be hair bands.
It's got to be some hair. It might be a little bit of hair bands.
Yeah, 90s. So you're looking at Guns N' Roses. You're looking at Whitesnake. You're looking at
he about to kill
some R&B. He might throw some R&B in there too. So there might be some R&B. There actually might be some Beastie Boys. You know what? If he throws Run DMC in there, I will be pleasantly surprised.
I just want to see
Grandmaster. I forgot about Grandmaster Flash.
If he does that, if he does, man, look.
LL Cool J's really nice. Here's the new school. I'm sorry, I'm gonna shut up now.
And Peter loves to dance. Oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Some of the worst
interacting with Jodeci.
Yup.
Or Keith Sweat.
Jodeci's "You Have My Baby."
Drax interaction with Bobby Brown. What are you?
He's my prerogative.
Imagine he is a walk at the source.
Every little step I take, I can see it.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can see it.
Mantis, and Ralph Tresvant. Sensitivity.
Yes.
Boom. Writes itself.
Write that down. Write that down. Somebody write that down.
I feel like James is listening. He's like, that's a good reshoots.
Yeah.
We're changing it. We're changing it. Like, put this in. Put this in the track. Oh my God.
I don't even get too far away from the track, but yeah, Moon Knight. Loved Oscar Isaac. Love the fact of duality. I mean, that man should get an award for literally it was almost the only person I've ever seen do exactly that type of duality personality was it James McAvoy and
and
McAvoy
Split.
and
That's another little Irishman.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where he did that one and he acted out like 18 different things, like 18 different personalities.
Another.
That was supposed to be an Oscar. That was supposed to be
that should have been an Oscar. I'm sorry. It's like that should have been an Oscar.
Watching that and watching him flip, I was just like, yo, this dude spit.
Give him the things. Give him the things.
I usually go to Waffle House at 3 a.m. to see a person pull that off.
Right.
Boy, I live next to Bellevue and I can't see that shit happen on a regular basis.
I'm like, you talking about a PB and J, then he just flipped, and I'm like, wait, huh?
Good God,
man,
give him the stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, Oscar Isaac, and who I can actually forgive for Apocalypse. Because
What?
you look back, and you're just like,
wait. We don't talk about that. We don't. No.
He was fine. He was okay. Quicksilver was okay. Everything else. Everything else.
Okay, I'm gonna wave at it. I'm gonna just put Johnny Depp and wave as it passes me by.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Ivan Ooze
because he didn't have that many scenes neither. So it was like everything else.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
He had lines. He sat in the makeup chair. He read his lines and he left. There was nothing wrong.
He did his thing. Evan Peters came in. He ran in there and saved everybody in the school. He did his thing. They had their moment. They were fine.
Ta-da! Happy ending.
I feel like that was I kind of feel like that's a Apollo. There's nothing to see here moment as we just brush that off the stage.
Well, ain't nothing to see here.
The Sandman.
The Sandman off the stage.
Everything else got to go. So Blockbuster, which was on Netflix, was considered the worst. And it's canceled anyway. After its first season. I would have preferred this as a movie, not a series.
Oh, it was a series. Oh,
yeah.
That was the fatal fucking error.
Yeah.
No.
Like the only surviving Blockbuster video in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to stay up to trend. It I would have preferred this as a movie, not a series.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the title, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, the concept is funny, but when you say series, and I'm like, how you gonna stretch that out?
Because
even if you said limited, that means one season. That I would have been fine. To hear that it got canceled, I'm like, not surprised.
I mean, it's like Superstore. That's what it reminds. Like, I didn't watch it, but I'm like, you're kind of giving the Superstore vibes, and I love that show for what it was, but it's Blockbuster. What there are kids born after 2001 that don't know what Blockbuster is. Scratch that. There are kids that were born after 1997 that don't know what Blockbuster is.
Yeah, they have no clue. No clue.
Yeah, they just walk past like a dinosaur.
Rent what?
Yes.
Why would you get a brick in a box and bring it back? Bring it back for what?
Right.
Remember, like Married with Children, how Al kept bringing up his 4 touchdown game? I feel like this is Netflix. Like, remember when Blockbuster was a thing? And I feel like someone over there is in charge of cyberbullying Blockbuster out of existence. Like, because this is uncalled for. It was unnecessary.
That's you're right. There's like, remember when we went head to head with Blockbuster and Redbox? Remember them? Yeah. Epic Farmer them.
That battle didn't last long. And then Redbox like, we won the battle. You ain't got much longer neither, my friend.
No, my God. You just outlasted the last dude.
Yeah.
Second place ain't winning.
People can get Blu-rays anywhere. They don't have to go to one. They can just go to Kia. Yes, now streaming came along, and then it was just like put it. I literally will walk past a Redbox that's in Walmart. They're always in Walmarts or at Sheetz gas stations, and it's just like, oh look, this movie's on Blu-ray, and I'm like, yeah, it's on HBO Max, it's on Paramount Plus, it's on streaming, it's on Amazon Prime. Why do I don't need that now? So.
And I just remember I remember when Blockbuster Hollywood Beer was like, "Oh, this streaming thing's a fad. This will never change." Yeah. So
That's gonna change. That sounded like so much like Peter Griffin, just like, yeah. So
you try. It amazes me so much. It's like you see shows like that, and it's just like just wow. You know what? I want to know who's the person that greenlights the stuff. Like, who said we want to do a show about the last video store, which I believe it's in Juneau, Alaska. I think it's in Alaska.
It's the guy in charge of cyberbullying. It's his division.
You know what
he greenlit it by himself.
Hey, Will, I know what he is. He's a former Blockbuster employee that never got the manager job and got fired, and it stuck with him. He was like, it was a long-term revenge plot. So when someone sat there and said, "How can we make fun of Blockbuster?" This man had flashbacks of late video charges and credit card runs that didn't go right. There was a hatred there that was unlocked. And he sat there and said, "How can I do this and still make money?"
He got fired for accepting tapes that wasn't rewound.
Yeah, ooh, that was the man.
Those days, good Lord.
When VHS cost as much as DVD players.
Oh my goodness!
When you thought having a forehead was actually having a forehead VCR.
You thought you was doing something.
With the anti-trace.
Yeah. Oh my God. In the worst television show, in the worst television show category, we also have, unfortunately, because it was such a slow burn, Naomi.
Oh, I didn't even waste my time, and I feel
such a slow burn.
I feel guilty for not supporting it, but
in this movie, I mean,
I tried. I really tried. I think by episode 4, I'm like, what is this? It's not doing it. It's taking too long. My wife watched the whole thing. I said, well, hey, good luck, sweetheart, because
this ain't it.
I tried. I'm like, yo, they not getting to it.
It was good and terrible.
It was good and terrible. I don't know what it was. It was too slow of a burn. There's slow burn, and then there was a too slow of a burn. It was like you took too long to get to the point.
I think it was because we had hope that the producer, I think it was Ava, forgive me if
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah, she just, I mean, when we first thought that she was producing it, and because she's had success in the past, it's like, okay, you're trying to bring more DC characters to a failing CW universe. Okay, fine. But God, it didn't have to be this slow. We didn't have, I mean, by episode 5, it's like we're still playing Scooby-Doo mysteries. What the crap?
It wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And it didn't add up. And I'm just like, this ain't working. And I'm like, I want to be invested. And then the thing that kept really throwing me off was Naomi's character is the foregone expert on Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And yet this town somehow has never seen Superman. They don't believe. So half the town like, oh, he's not real. I'm like, Superman.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry.
I wish
it was throwing me off because the CW had this thing where there was this interconnectivity with their characters, with the exception of Stargirl, because they didn't connect. It just wasn't where it was just like one scene. It was a fleeting scene. And one of the main characters was like, yes, I know Superman. We fought together. And yet, half the town doesn't even believe he's real, don't believe superheroes are real. I'm like, where the hell y'all been? So I'm like, which Earth is this supposed to be? I was so confused.
Yeah, it had so many missing it had multiple plots on top of plots that didn't lead anywhere. Yeah. And at the same time, it's almost like, because CW, let's throw in teenage drama for no reason.
Too much teenage drama.
I need Greg Berlanti to be put away.
Yeah.
He has to be stopped.
He has to.
So there's some things you just don't need to touch, my guy.
Oh
Well,
my God.
I mean, the CW is coming to an end. I mean, the Arrowverse is really coming into an end. I mean, Flash is being
Flash is coming back in what, February, and they bringing it back in February. 8 episodes, which is long enough to go February, March, right into
it'll put it
April.
somewhere in
So
the summer season.
yeah, so
But
just to
I mean,
finish it off.
between that and Stargirl's not going to get it. I mean, Stargirl's been canceled.
Stargirl's done.
Yeah, so I mean, the only thing you have left is Superman and Lois, and
Actually, speaking of which, for it to be done, for Stargirl to be done, perfect ending.
Yeah, I give it that
solid ending. Like the way they ended it, I'm like, you don't get that with a lot of canceled shows.
No, you don't.
They got that and they hit it, and I'm like, wow, that's okay, that's good. We even got John Wesley's ship at the very end.
Yeah, they gave him ample time to give it a proper send off, so I'm not mad about that. Superman and Lois, if there was a thing that needs to be saved, that's the one show that needs to go to HBO Max.
Yeah,
just for budget and storyline.
Just shift it over. Because you're not nothing. Because other than your earlier interactions with other CW heroes or DC heroes.
Go ahead, Kira.
I don't like Superman. I think he's very boring. I can't stand it. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Feel better? I feel like you feel better.
I do.
It's like I feel like she was holding on to that when I'm like, I just saw the look away.
Oh man!
Kira, just think, James Gunn is somewhere lurking in the shadows.
But I don't know. Listen, it's been years of me not liking Superman, decades of me not liking Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He welcome to try. I'm not gonna change my mind.
Well, I mean, he said he's basing it off Justice League Unlimited, which is a great animated series. So if he's basing it off of that, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey,
he's still boring.
If he's pulling that, and I've read that article, so if he's using that as the base, perfect.
I love that. I love as a whole the Young Justice and is he doing Young Justice?
He's doing elements. He's mentioned that he's doing elements from Young Justice.
Okay,
he didn't say
on board.
But are we getting another season of Young Justice? That's the question.
You asking for a lot there, homie. You asking for a lot.
I needs that. I needs that. I will take it over Titans. I'll take it over Titans.
Titans is good. Titans this season.
Wait a minute.
I'll take Young Justice over Titans.
Kara's off board.
Wait a minute. Relax. Calm down.
Wait. I'm not saying Starfire. Starfire is the exception. Love me some Starfire. Anna Diop is killing it.
Yes. And her sister.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Blackfire. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing the sisters do their thing. Awesome.
Yes.
I can do without that version of Raven. You got to fix Beast Boy because I'm sick of this hiding behind the cabinet and then turning around and he's an animal. I'm like, stop.
That makes no sense.
They're tinkering this season, so you got to keep watching. That's all I say.
Okay. Yeah, because they got it because they only got half of it up right now.
Yeah,
they haven't dropped the other half yet. So I'm
I see your point on Beast Boy. It's like, come on now. At this point,
I don't even have a problem with Nightwing. None.
No, Nightwing's solid.
It's weird that everyone knows who they are now. That's weird to me. That part's weird to me. I'm like, oh, your identity's on. Okay, all right. Everybody knows who you are. Another bad one in the streaming series competition is the Terminal List.
What?
Yeah.
No, what is this?
Oh, wait. Go ahead, Chris.
So this one is starring Chris Pratt. It's involving what, time travel? Whose list was this? Was this Will's?
I think
it's me, an assassin.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I gotta get so much to go.
Oh my god.
I'll never get that out of my head now.
I'm so sorry.
So tell us about this one, Will.
Will who?
Which Will?
You, the assassin.
I've never seen this.
I thought you said you seen it.
Oh, I did. It's good and terrible.
Okay, so you see. Okay, it was yours.
Yeah, it's good and terrible. How can I put this ever so nicely? If if the blacklist was ever about an actual list and a guy just going down lists to avenge his fallen comrades in the most terrible, big budgeted way, this show would be it.
No,
And I'm kind of scared because I like Chris Pratt, but at the same time, this kind of shows he's
done.
One-dimensional.
Done.
Okay.
He's done.
He feels like a one-dimensional character. It's like you know what he was? He's like he tried to be Bradley Cooper from American Sniper, but you just made it into a TV form. It's
okay.
that it's not. I'm trying to find some good points out of this because again, it's not that good. It's probably one of Amazon Prime's most worst series put out there, and they've put out some pretty bad
Prime one.
Wait, it's a series or a movie?
It's a series.
Does Prime have Chris Pratt in a 360 deal? What's happening here? Like,
well, I mean, with that, the Tomorrow War, I think
right.
he's got one more. I think he's got one more thing he's going to be in. I think it's a 3-thing deal.
Oh,
because
wow.
he was in Tomorrow War, which was sleepable.
Tomorrow War,
sleepable.
It was sleepable. I say sleepable because you're gonna sit there and think you're interested. And if you're like me, you passed out.
Man.
I haven't passed out that bad since Twilight, and my fiance still hates me for that. It was the best 2 hours sleep I ever got on the couch. I'm not gonna lie. Sparkly Vampires.
Look, I have my hangups about Twilight. I really do.
But no,
this is literally look here. I remember we rented this movie. Yes, we rented it. This was when Redbox was still a thing. And there was a scene where she was talking to her father in the diner.
Mm-hmm.
I paused it and I went to bed because it was late.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in the morning and I said I started playing it. And as the movie's going, and I'm like, I feel like I have missed so much of this film.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rewound it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. There was another scene with them. It's sitting in the diner, and it just somehow I rolled over on my controller. It played and then rolled back and it paused like 40 minutes later. And it was the same thing.
Oh man.
It was too much. It was too much.
Look, I get it for those who are Twilight fans. I'm just not. My vampires are a little bit darker, less sparkly. I get
my vampires are named Angel.
Oh,
that's it.
Lestat and Louis.
Lestat.
Yeah,
and that was the other thing. That was the other thing that pissed me off. You canceled Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
And what, 2 years later, you gave us this?
Yeah.
You can't give me strong female characters that kick ass and deal with shit. And then you bring Bella in and she's whiny and crying over this.
You know what it was?
Crying over dick she ain't had.
Oh my fucking god.
That's failed Disney princess. They went down the checklist. Bella was a failed Disney princess for 3 movies.
Oh,
for real. And it got worse. My daughter-in-law loves it. My son was like, Dad, we went to the movie, and I'm like, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like,
I know, son.
It's the path you got to walk. I can't walk with you.
It is time.
It's time. This is your walkabout, son.
I can't say nothing because I was watching, what was the second one? With Jacob the werewolf. And I was like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight.
They got you all hyped for that too. They got you hyped.
I was like, because I was like, wait a minute. So werewolves, okay, cool. Have my attention. Okay, he likes the sickly girl. She spurned you once. All right, cool. We move on. Play some Drake. Get out of it.
Yeah. Play some Drake.
Play some Drake. Get over it. Then she comes back to you, and then you pick her right up. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. She spurned you once because him and now Sparkly Vampire having a spat, and now she back with you because you option 2, and then you gonna beef with the vampire? And it's like, we ain't gonna you gonna do the honorable thing, like I'm not gonna fight you when it's daylight outside. BS, bring you be light.
Bring your ways.
Bring your ways. Let's go ahead and end this on my terms.
This Waffle House
Waffle
rules.
House
You better
rules.
bring your eggs.
I mean, I was sitting there in the movie theater. I'm not trying to spoil it for my fiance. I'm not trying to spoil it for the person I'm with. It's like, wait a minute. So he can have any woman he wants, but he wants a sickly girl?
Her blood sings to him.
I was like, you a vampire. You a vampire and you cut and you white. You get what you want. But you want to go
There's
with
so many variables involved. And then they had the nerve to get
That's the most disrespectful part.
No, the nerve was
and they had the nerve to get you hyped for that one when the werewolves jumped, like they jumped over her and they all changed. And I'm like, my wife was like, oh, that's gonna be good. And then we ended up not going to see it. Once again, my daughter-in-law got it this time.
Mm-hmm.
And no, we seen it on cable. That's what it was. We seen it on cable, and I'm like,
I still said one scene where Bella's cold and you got her hugging with Jacob while Edward is staring at her in like the weirdest eyes wide shut thing I have ever seen. Like
I remember that.
Fucking word.
I kind of
remember that stand up. Remember the stand up Kevin Hart did.
A white person, like, are we allowing our children to watch this? Do y'all not? Was this agreed upon? I kind of felt like for a second.
Do you remember the stand-up Kevin Hart did where he was in there and he said, you got the eat ass face on your look, you just I sat for this.
That just messed me up when I first saw that. I was like, so you just gonna watch your girl get all hugged up because you ain't got no body heat. Yeah, and you just watched her get hugged. And I mean, you stared her down. You stared him down too, like
the cuck of the century.
Like, bro, we both butt ass naked in the sleeping bag, and you just you have the Joe Jackson of stairs going down. Like, Michael, you better get this step right.
You better get these steps right, boy.
No more tiles in the pool, Michael. Oh my god. By the time they got to that third one, my son was like, it got much better. I'm like, it shouldn't wait till the third movie. I don't even care no more.
I didn't make it that far. The only reason I remember about the third movie is because my fiance was like, I want this type of wedding set up. You want an outdoor wedding with flowers somewhere?
Yeah. No, I take that back. He thought it was going to get better. He said it said it was good until he took the robe off. I'm like, what do you mean? He took his robe off in the daytime and it was diamonds. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Don't shit on the sparkly vampire. You can have sparkly vampires. Ain't nothing wrong with
like, I was done. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
The vampires on YouTube weren't sparkly. They were bloodthirsty with an English accent and made you feel good about yourself until you crossed them. That's the vampires I know.
Yeah,
it was British.
I want my vampires like Carlo Esposito. You don't know how smooth you're gonna be until it's over.
The theater experience, like, I mean, we all had our probably our experience with Endgame and Infinity War, like being like wild mob deep and people that's very engrossed in the story. At the time the last Twilight joint came out, I was dating somebody that was very into it, so I was like, all right, cool, let's go, we can watch it.
Are you talking
that was my first time being in a theater where like literally every single human being was like primed and ready and just like ready for the film to come onto the screen. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of lit. I was like, hey yo, it's something about everyone's energy around you just being all locked focused into a thing, and then like somebody gets punched in the face like I was like, oh shit, Becky is into it. Oh, okay, let's go. Like, what is happening? Like, oh, that man got his face ripped off. Oh,
dude,
like,
no, everybody in my theater audibly fucking screamed and or gasped for like a good 30 seconds when the homeboy lost his whole fucking skull. I was one of them. I'm not even gonna lie, nigga. No, not him, not Carlisle. What? Audibly, completely shook. That's the only that took me out.
Those are the best theater experiences, especially when you get to the point. Still, to me, it's still going to be Endgame, especially at the end where it's like you saw the whole get up and everybody's, that whole build up. It was almost like that should have been a part of the theater. That should have been part of the movie itself, where it's almost like that fourth wall situation where, of course, the whole thing coming up, it's like, oh shit, is it gonna happen? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Everybody's here.
You talking about the battle scene? The battle scene.
It's like you just, and the whole point when you see everybody get together, it's like, oh shit, he brought him, that's it. And you usually see all that, and then the piece de resistance, which I give the Russo brothers credit for. They knew exactly when those fuckers knew exactly when to get us at the very end, ever so sweetly. Assemble! It was like it wasn't even.
You know how long we were waiting 10 years up until that point for that move, for that line.
But it was the whisper of a light. It wasn't even a yell. It wasn't even a loud assemble that we're used to. It was just a symbol, and it's like the crowd. You would have swore up and down. Everybody won the lottery in that movie theater. Everybody howled.
I still remember that night, several nights, because I went a couple times, and it was like the experience was literally the same every time. Like clinching the scene, clinching your seat. You're just like, damn. And I had a partner of mine. When Black Panther walks through that portal, because mind you, he had got dusted, like like we had just got the movie, and here it was 3 months later, we lose him. And when this movie came out and he comes out of that portal, prior to that he was like, we had nigga heaven for 3 months. I said, but boy, did we get him back?
Not nigga heaven.
Yeah, that was rough. It was a rough time for Black America. Let's be honest.
That was we was on here. They was just like, nah, snatch the rug out from under. I'm like, no, I felt like a Koye. I was just like, yo, oh God, no.
Yeah. Why?
This might be my dark side, but was anybody else laughing at the end of Infinity War when everybody else was sobbing and you just okay, just me? Okay, cool.
What was funny, sir? I don't understand.
Let me tell you how petty I was.
Look, I was more along the lines of like, but I wasn't worried.
Okay,
that's
what. Let me take the scene because Kira's the most concerned. Like, I didn't look on you for a list. Let me explain. Because this tells you my twisted logic. Okay.
No.
Fast forward to Infinity War. Everybody's gut wrenched. Thanos sitting there smiling. He seems content. Fade to black. Sobbing has occurred. You might hear some people crying. They might not my king. I didn't mean to.
Oh my God.
But when I hear a whole bunch of sisters say, not my king, you could have took anybody else, but you took Chadwick, not my king. This came out.
Wow.
I didn't mean to.
Wow.
But it echoed through the entire
Will's villain. That was Will's villain arc. That was his villain arc right there. That was his origin.
That was from his soul too.
But I wasn't laughing at the movie. I was laughing at them because it rocked them that bad.
I'm about to call the coalition and see about the black card, sir. I'm about to call a couple people.
So I just get the visual. I get the visual that Thanos was sitting right next to Will. He was like, "That was funny."
Yeah, it was good. You like that?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. All I was missing was the gauntlet and just hand in the air, just laughing. That would have been the key point.
That was I kick puppies laugh.
I kick puppies.
That puppy, that laugh was attached to transgressions from third grade. Like, just...
You feel a certain way, sir. There's something deeply disturbed inside of you.
You're probably right.
Oh my God!
I do admit that there's probably something there.
Going forward, it was just no question. The best game of the year was obviously God of War.
I cried last night. I got to a part in the game and I cried over a goddamn video game.
Don't feel bad. You're amongst family.
Please tell me which part. Please tell me which part here. Not here, but tell me somewhere else.
It wasn't. Okay. It wasn't when they teamed up, was it? Like
it's a reunion.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Look like 10-10?
Yes.
He does. Shut up.
Does look like 10-10. Oh my God.
He does.
Oh God.
now I gotta.
And he's
That's
got
gonna
the
be the
dogs.
clip. That's
Wait,
gonna
and
be
he's
the
got
clip.
the dogs with him too.
Yes. I think I know
Oh
which
my
part
God.
you're talking about, Kira, but
Yeah.
tell me later because I want to know.
Oh, like
yes, God
like
of War
actual
Ragnarok.
tears. Like
God of War
I know I'm not
Ragnarok.
What
hormonal.
is
What's going
happening
on?
right now? He was like, "What is happening right now?"
Sorry.
Best anime
Uh-oh.
right now.
Fuck yeah!
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it is eating things up. I do not hear.
I
I
am
am so
digging it.
happy.
I am
Yeah.
digging it.
So good.
It
So
really
Oh
is.
my
good.
God.
I gotta read the
Yeah.
manga.
Currently, your boy's on episode 603 of One Piece. Thank God. It's a
Ooh.
ride, baby. It's a ride, and I'm loving it.
All right, I guess.
Mhm.
Enjoy. Have at it.
The One Piece face.
Yeah.
One
Pirate
Piece face.
King. I'm Straw Hats. So who's on top? Disney Plus, Prime Video, HBO Max. Because since there's so many streaming services, we're not going to count Peacock, we're not going to count Paramount Plus, and we're not going to count AMC Plus or nothing like that. We're going to talk the big three.
Or
I love
Netflix,
the partner
apparently.
Or Netflix. Yeah, you know what? They were missing one there, you know. So we'll add them in there just for shits and giggles. So
We know they not.
Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, and Netflix. So here's the thing. Disney Plus gave us some great shit. Loki, Moon Knight, currently Willow right now.
Yes.
So
That is-
they're there. Amazon Prime gave us Rings of Power. Rings of Power.
Yep.
Give me some more. I don't know what else was on.
You know what?
Oh, you know what?
Vox
Jack
Machina.
Reacher. Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher was good.
Jack Reacher's good.
Vox
And,
Machina is another one too. It's the animated series. That is actually really good.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan's pretty good too, but
Jack Ryan's that's the other
Yeah.
one.
Boys,
So
Boys is still my favorite.
yeah.
Oh fuck the boys.
The Boys is
Right.
still
Yes.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah.
yes. Season
Oh,
2.
2023, baby.
Yes, so they're giving HBO Max has given us the Suicide Squad, has given us Peacemaker, and giving us House of the Dragon. So it goes to say, like, who's really running the gambit right now? So, in my opinion, I'm giving it to Disney Plus. It's a little more consistent with their releases. Netflix, they always have a good hit, but they take these
and then they cancel it.
If it's not the long breaks, they cancel it. You know,
Netflix abandoned their original ideas. Netflix abandoned what made them great. It gave you a full season, and you can watch it. You can binge watch it, which is the only thing they were known for. And now you said,
"I'm done."
We can go to Thursdays and Fridays now.
Yeah. So,
God damn, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Amazon Prime is taking that once a week hit, and I've heard people complain, "Oh, I want to see it now." I'm like, you don't understand. You need to get back in this Generation X pool and realize
we had to wait.
We know what it's like. We had to wait. We had to get that week out,
and be lucky that you have it consistently after that, because you would get it the one time, and that was it. If you miss it, you asked out.
You had to wait for that rotation, baby. You had to wait.
We didn't have.
Oh, that's the episode I meant recorded on the VCR.
Oh, if you messed with that program on that VCR,
or recorded over something else somebody hadn't watched yet.
Baby, you better get it.
You over Mama's Stories. He was dead.
Your Mama's Stories.
I reject the Dark Ages. I'm not.
You know what? I can't remember what I took of my mom's that I recorded, but I recorded MTV Raps. Like a bunch of MTV Raps. And she was like, "Who recorded over my shows?" Music. And I was like, she knew it wasn't my brother, because I'm the oldest. She was like,
"First suspect,
you recorded this MTV Rap song?" Yeah.
Sorry, I learned that lesson. The reason why I say Mama's Story is because my mom, when she was working during the day, she wanted to watch her Santa Barbara and all this stuff. And
that's Santa Barbara.
Damn, that's Santa Barbara and Asthma.
Oh my!
I knew more about soaps than I knew about mathematics. I'm gonna put it that way. But
one of those shows, I believe, is still running. I believe one of those shows. Is it Days of Our Life?
As
Yeah.
the World Burns is still running. All My Children is still running. You got guys that you got.
Yeah.
All My Children is still running. That tells you a lot. But no, my mom, she's having her stories, and whew, you record over them. That's how I found out my mom was a right. I mean, just Joe Frazier, just right to the ribs. Just
no, you didn't. So here's some definitely some. Now I don't want to say honorable mention for one of these films because it's considered one of my favorites. It was most anticipated, but here's some most underrated stuff. Bullet Train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullet Train. If you like John Wick, if you like Shoot 'em Up with Clive Owen, if you like any, this is the movie you want to check out. How this movie didn't get the push that it did,
it should.
I don't know.
That was wonderful gun crew.
Yeah.
And once again, spoiler alert, our troll kings in this.
Nope.
And I was like, it was the most unexpected. It's literally like a blink and you miss it scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, for some reason this works.
Also, you get some surprise Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
He just like everything in here was a surprise. Everything in this movie was a surprise.
Making sure you don't want him to do any sexual favors, just in case.
And then, the whole, still, Lemon and Tangerine are still my favorites.
Lemon and Tangerine, that was a joy. I felt so bad for them because it was like, oh, you thought your brother was dead. Then you die. And then your brother's not dead.
But you know what? Spoiler alert, I'm glad a black dude survived.
Yes.
A black dude survived. That was good enough for me. It's
a fun movie. Like
I'm sorry. I have an obsession with white girl tears. I was like, oh no, he said the loud.
It was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. And I was just like, yes.
It's like, oh,
he saw through that BS. So you are so amazing. You were just unbelievable. I was like, just kill the bitch. It's like, click here in the comments. Just kill the bitch.
It was such a fun movie, and it's one of those ones you just really need. Like, I think it's a sleeper hit, like John Wick was a sleeper hit. People were like, John Wick, Keanu Reeves, and then when John Wick really hit, folks was like, oh. I'm like, yeah, y'all slept. Bullet Train is one of these movies.
They came in on chapter 2 and 3. They looked at the first one like,
yeah. Candy B, I'm looking at you. Thank God Crazy 8 got you on board.
Name names.
She said it. She was like, Candy B, I love her to death. She'll kill me later. Say that every second. She said, she was like, I have never watched John Wick. I'm like, me and DC looked at her. I text Crazy 8. I said, you need to get her on this right now.
How dare you, sir?
Next, she's like, oh my God. I'm like, yes, that's what you've been missing. You need to be here because when these next 2 chapters drop.
Yeah. Just the fact that every time his name is mentioned, I want that kind of response. Like every time it's mentioned, oh. I want that type of response. Like, man, why'd you mess with him? That's Will.
Wait, you did what? Who? Nah, B, I gotta go.
Well,
you're wrong.
The one Russian dad was just like, yeah, I stole this guy's car. And he was like, whose car? And they said he was like some guy. And he was like, you idiot.
That whole thing the scene with Jolly Kazamo still gets me, where he just, after he slaps me, he's like, I understand you slapped my son. Yes, sir, I did. May I ask why? Well,
John
Wick's car, sir.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's the whole conversation. Say less.
Everything, even the cops, they come to the door. Working again, John? Yeah. Okay.
Just sorting stuff out. Just like, oh shit.
It's about to hit the fan. But yeah, Bullet Train is a fun movie. Now I might have to watch that again. But it has, once again, Sandra Bullock, Brad Pitt, a great cast, an absolutely great cast in this movie, and it's just fast paced. It's the scene with the water bottle. I'm like, The whole scene, like you're following the water bottle. We're following the. I guess the water bottle's a character now.
The water bottle has a story of its own. The water bottle has a story of its own.
And then I was just like, because and then when I thought about it, it reminded me of an issue of Exiles. I don't know if you guys ever read Exiles. Yeah. Exiles was like, okay, it was an issue of Exiles where Blink and the team were trying to find out. They were like, constantly having to save the world, and they said, well, what do we have to do here? Oh, just get this guy his bagel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what? like if they didn't get this guy his bagel, this domino effect of events would happen and he would cause mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And all they had to do was get him his bagel. And they got him his bagel. They thought they griped the entire issue about this bagel. But then they show like the last 2-page spread, like what would happen if he didn't get this bagel. And it was like, So it was like the bottle was one of them situations like you had to get this bottle of water through these particular scenes in order to get where it was going. And my God. But yeah.
Oh, one more thing. Because of Bullet Train, what I absolutely need from this universe is a Hiroyuki Sanada, Andrew Koji, father-son, fuck 'em up movie. Like they need their own movie where they just rip shit through a bunch of people.
They kicked ass. And I was all for it. I'm like, do it. You see this man show up, let him do what his business is supposed to be done.
I feel like that's a movie already, but I'll have to get back to you on that.
If it is, I need it.
I feel like that's a foreign movie. I have to get back to you on that. I'm between 6 movies that you just described. I'm like, that tells you. Look, I'm big into foreign martial arts films, so it's like the moment you describe those 2 characters and that setup, I'm like, ain't no way you're talking about Killzone, or are you talking about? Hey, anyway, ignore me.
Oh man, but yeah, Bullet Train is an absolute blast. If you haven't watched Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen,
that deserves a sequel. That deserves a sequel.
Watch that one. That's another fun one because it's once again it's a shoot 'em up. It's literally in its title. It's shoot 'em up. It like suspension of disbelief.
Cop Shop too.
Yeah.
Cop Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you never seen that with Gerard Butler?
Yeah. So like it people would always ask like when the Expendables was a thing. It was like this shouldn't work, and I'm like technically it should. It was everything it needed to be.
It was guns, it was guys, it was destruction. It was a Michael Bay film.
It was what? That's what it was. Like we've been trying to get this movie made for 20 years, and now here we have it. We have all these big time action stars from the 80s and 90s finally all together. We didn't. Well, what's the plot? Don't really need one.
You don't need a plot.
Bad guy needs to get caught and killed.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we're going 80s, did any 80s action movie really have a plot? Let's just be honest.
Commando was literally Arnold going after his daughter. My guy had a whole Porsche flip on its side and he pushed it back over.
Yeah.
And drove off. With no damage on the side of the car. Yes, I noticed that.
I'm just saying, it's like most movies days didn't have a plot, so it's like it was just action and destruction. That's all we needed.
And one-liners,
explosions, and Steven Seagal movies. Because let's be honest, that was his day. Late 80s, early 90s. That was his run of somewhat okay movies.
I'm sorry, it's just you said run, and I'm thinking about when he's running in his slimmer days.
Yeah,
but he's running like he's dog paddling.
I mean, it is literally. You know what it reminds me of? Do y'all remember the Busta Rhymes Dangerous video where he's doing the run and just like,
yeah,
that's how Steven Seagal was running.
I never forgot some of this. It took me years to realize that 2 of those movies was about the same character that he was playing.
Damn.
Under Siege, and what?
It was. I'm gonna have to look his movies up because it was like he played the same cop.
Yeah,
and it was like the sequel. It never caught on after that second one. It was nothing like.
Tell me what this other movie is because I will not believe you that it's the same character.
It's both where he plays a cop. One is Under Siege. One is under. No, not Under Siege is not one of them. I'll have to get back to you on that one, Kira. It's gonna take me a second.
I've been forced to
back to you on
watch
that one.
those movies as a small child. I need to remember what those movies are.
Forced to watch
I
them.
was forced to watch them as a
Lord.
small child. I said what I said.
Being brainwashed.
Oh my god! Yes, you're gonna learn to like these. These are good movies. You're gonna learn to like it. It's not a bad film.
I know Above the Law is one. Above the Law is one. Above the Law and Above the Law was one, and it was the one either before or after that.
Mark for Death.
Yeah, Mark for Death. That's what it was.
There we go. Mark for Death.
Yeah, Mark for Death and Above the Law. He played the same character. Didn't know it for the longest time. Didn't know it for the longest time.
If you don't like, you just told me, and I don't believe you. Halfway.
There's Kevin. I didn't know there was an interview, and I just seen it yesterday. It was probably for what was the movie with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube? Ride Along.
Ride Along.
And it was either Ride Along or Ride Along 2, but it was Ride Along. And they were doing their press tour, and I don't know where the story of Steven Seagal came up with, or where Kevin Hart was at, or on set of something that he was on. But he said Steven Seagal found out that it was another castmate on there who was a black belt, and he says, so he wants to challenge him.
Oh shit!
So he goes up and challenges the guy, and the guy puts Steven Seagal in the chokehold. And he can't get in. Steven Seagal can't get out the chokehold, so he's like
choking out.
So he taps out. He taps out, and to hear Kevin Hart tell his story, and Ice Cube is cracking up, and it's just like, just not seeing the light of day. Amazing. Oh my god!
You know what? He never did say who it was, did he?
Nope.
Who actually choked him out?
He never said who the black belt person was, and for some, I just need to see that now. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
if it's Michael Jai White, I can see that.
Oh Lord!
If it was him, I can see that.
Oh wait, who was Ride Along?
That's what's gonna make it worse. It's like it's not gonna be an actor.
That I would pay money to see that.
It's not gonna be like an actor. It's gonna be like the best boy or something.
The
like
best
somebody.
boy. The grip.
Yeah, the key grip. Like
oh my god!
Not the key grip. Not the dude. Not the dude who was trained for this. You want to get the dude that was trained for this? He gonna sit there. He gonna sit there and talk to you like old boy did on Baby Boy. Hey, call for your mom. Go ahead, call for your mom.
Oh my god! So, along with one of my picks anyway for best movie of the year, obviously is.
Yeah,
I'd be a
Keep
fool.
on back.
I'd be a fool. I'd be a fool for so many reasons. Wakanda Forever for so many reasons, and there's Kira's Aquapapi.
The reason why she would go tactical. hold that water, Kira. You know you want to.
I've been practicing,
but for so many reasons, other than it's just a nice send off to Chadwick. Lord, I can't get the aqua thing out of my mind. I started it. I started it. But no, but for so many reasons, because it was a great send off to Chadwick. Plus, the costumes were designed was great. So. But it's on my top 5 of the year probably. So for me it is one of the most anticipated films. Avatar. I wasn't looking for that. I never was looking for that. It's several years later, and I still not looking for it. Congratulations, Mr. Cameron, on reaching $1 billion, but
you cheated.
Those numbers mean nothing to me.
Avatar 2, Cruise Control.
For it, Avatar sequel.
Not Cruise Control. Not Cruise Control.
Avatar 2.
Who was looking for that
Boogaloo.
sequel? The studio was looking for that sequel. I actually read about that sequel. Why? And Keanu Reeves was like, "This isn't reading to me. I'm not feeling this one." And the studio got mad because they put in so much money.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing, only with boats."
Yeah.
Real quick, he said that he couldn't make it at
schedule. It was scheduling or something.
Early. Well, that too, but didn't he say it was because I know Kieran talked about it? Say he couldn't make it with the current level of technology. What updates did this dude actually need?
It's the water. It's the water.
We made Water World in 1994 with a pool.
A lot of meningitis too.
What you don't realize is
we made it with a pool in Universal Studios. Shamu was next door.
What you don't realize, and what you're not appreciating is that James Cameron actually genetically made 3 Na'vi. They are background characters. They don't really have lines because he couldn't get them to speak. However,
is that the one that looks like a Dominican?
I need you to stop, William. Please stop. William.
I felt like he just Kanye explained it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus. Well,
I can't.
Why we are heading out of here.
And to the depths of hell.
Oh my god. But we are coming back Thursday. We are having Nerds in Hip Hop founder Joshua stepping in because he's going to be talking about his new comic book, General Joshua. So we're going to be chopping it up with him, talking about that. And of course, entertainment news and all that great geek stuff. And that'll be our last one for the year. And you know how we do. So without further ado, we will start sending everybody off. Let's get this going. Let's get Kira going up here. Let's get you going, Kira. Here we go. All right. Tell them where you are, my dear.
I am currently on Blurred's Eye View every Tuesday and Thursday, along with my lovely co-host, Mr. Will be watching Mayhem Media, yes, and the ever fabulous Mr. Chris Fury, fearless leader.
We can do this Victorian thing all night. I'll just let y'all know.
I will speak elegantly. Elegantly.
You have to say the L-Y.
Yeah, elegantly.
There you go.
Sorry, I have to
good show. Good show.
Yes. But no, you can also catch me I'm on Fanbase every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hold my own audio room, except for this week because I'm tired and it's a holiday.
Yeah, right.
I'm on the Instagram, what's left of Twitter, Hive, TikTok. TikTok is a different last name, but the rest of them are Roomful of Blurs. TikTok, I think I'm Child of Mandalore. Yeah, I'm Child of Mandalore. Yeah. Also, I have a podcast called Child of Mandalore. You should listen to it because I did things and I do voices, and it's the history of Mandalore before Disney gets to it and butchers it.
Oh yeah.
Taika Waititi's.
Do not say that name in the Star Wars universe.
The Watiki effect.
Oh, I think they were going to give him a Star Wars movie.
They were going to give him a Jar Jar Binks origin story.
Lord,
as a Sith Lord, maybe I'll take that if he does it that way.
Jesus,
man.
Misa Masa Gugangangan?
No.
Oh, God.
Was that German? Is he part of the Reich too? He's also a Sith Lord and a Reich.
German Jar Jar.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Where can they find you, Will?
He said,
good evening, everyone.
No.
It's a me.
It's a me, Jar Jar.
Misa Noah Sensen? Yeah.
Here we go. As you can see on the screen, Mayhem Media. Anywhere that you want to find me, and I am, that is the name you will find me under. Your Twitter, your Twitch, your various other things that I can't think of quickly in the moment. I am here on this podcast 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Please tune in live and catch the reruns all the time because we are like that. And potentially, fingers crossed, might have a new podcast of my own coming soon. Details in my brain.
Oh, me
Look
too.
at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
I
Look at
forgot.
God.
Oh, I forgot. I got one. I got one coming too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
Sorry.
But that's all for
Oh
me.
man, taking they find you at wheel number 2.
I had to stop myself. I was going back at Will for a second, like, look at God. I'm sorry. Let me shut up. Anyway, wow, that was a lot. You can find me on all social medias. Hopefully, Blackbox447 is where you can find me. Like, share, follow me because I usually post a lot of things. Do watch a lot of movies, television, play video games, give my reviews on that things. Also on the Blurred's Eye View site, because I do review a lot of wrestling and try to give my opinions, honest opinions on video games, things of that nature. Podcast wise, you can find my current events and political podcast, How the Fuck We Got Here, on YouTube and on Facebook. My video game Get Bit podcast that, of course, Chris has been on, and I got to get Kira and Will on there eventually as well. Also with my other co-host,
Cahoozits?
Something like that.
Confidant Joe Julie on the Give It podcast with me.
Wow.
And of course, my other one, which I haven't done in a while, but I will be getting back to once the new year, and I'm gonna be kind of happy about that just because I have a son coming, so I'm kind of really excited to actually meet him.
Yay.
I can't wait to meet little Obi because I get to see what type of Pokemon he picks. But anyway, Optimus Podcast, you can definitely find that as well. Like I said, I can follow all these podcasts can be found on YouTube and on Facebook. Still trying to get some things together, but yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
All right.
Yeah. Kira, did you say you had a new podcast coming that can get firstly off the screen?
It's coming soon. I don't know. I have no name, but it's going to be very blurred, positive, and boosting. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm all about encouragement.
Yeah.
Empowerment, encouragement, and pettiness.
Yes.
I feel a shirt. Empowerment, encouragement, and pettiness.
There it is. And it is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking us out. Follow us, Blurred's Eye View, on IG. It'll send you to the link tree in the bio, and it will send you to all the great, fantastic places that you like to find us and listen to us. But there's the link, there's the IG right there. You can go to Blurred's Eye View Facebook, Blurred's Eye View Podcast on Facebook. You can listen to us on Opulus Radio. Just download the app, and you can hear us all day, Tuesday and Thursday with past episodes. And if you'd like to check us out, listen to us on iHeartRadio as well. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and anywhere else, the podcast, Spreaker, and the whole nine. If you like to watch us, and trust me, you do, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube and give a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you get all these great, fantastic past episodes. Because trust me, if you've seen the beginning ones, boy, were those raw. And you can also catch us out on Twitch, Blurred's Eye View 1. But I want to thank this entire squad for coming on, helping us close out what seems to be a heck of a year. Coming out the Panini, 1 year out the Panini. It has been the Pandora, the Panini, the pancake, the pandemonium, all the pans. Tune in Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're talking to Joshua from Nerds and Hip Hop. We're talking about his new book, General Joshua. As you know, here at Blurred's Eye View, we are part of the Blurred and Powerful movement. If you are a Blurred, a POC that works in the geek sphere or entertainment space, and you want to be seen, and you want a platform, and you want to either join a team, hit up your boy. It's a space for you here. Once an X-Man, always an X-Man is what I always say. And until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury with my squad. Look at that. I got it right on the first hit. I would have went over here and be like, wait, I'm on just the reverse.
Oh, wait, it's the
and a white work.
It's the reverse. Watching all them years of Wheel of Fortune works. Until Thursday, when we get ready to close out the year of 2022 with God knows what we're going to do. We're out of here.
Bye.